Alrighty, everybody. So, today's the day. Today's the day we're gonna play with the Dozer. So, today is Saturday, and we're not working. We're quoted out. But this is the, where we was working the first thinning. The road's got a lot of water on it. I didn't think it had that much water on it. So I'm fixing to cut the water and try and get this road pulled back together. That way it's not holding water while we're not here working it. And then we're gonna go yonder way, and I've got a road to get the grass knocked off of and kind of crown up for to go into a first thinning. It's I think it's like 50 acres or so in there. It's about 2 weeks worth of work. I figure there's about 100 loads to come off of it, and I kind of base my stuff off of 50 loads. So I kind of feel like we'll have 2 weeks worth of work in there. So I'm gonna get that road pulled up. But the thing with it is it's got a lot of canopy over top of it. Trees are growed up over it really, really bad. So what I'm going to do is get the grass off of it and get it to where it can kind of drain, and that way it'll dry faster, and keep a close eye on it. When it looks like we're getting close to time to be able to get in there, we get a good couple of weeks of dry weather, because trees are starting to really, I'm looking at these trees here. I'm not really seeing much on these. Yeah, you can just see a little bit in those up there. I know y'all can't see it, but anyway, we're getting to the point of the year where pine trees are really fixing to start throwing pollen. So that means ground's going to be really drying, and it's good. Things is just really fixing to start pulling water out of the ground. So a road like that will dry really fast if you can get the grass off of it. Because if you don't get the grass off of it, it's just going to hold moisture. So anyway, that's what we're doing. That's today's agenda. Just play on. I guess we're going to go ahead and call it Brandy. We're going to go ahead and get this thing broke in. I've had it almost 2 weeks now. We ain't even wore the paint off of the cutter blade deal down there. They didn't paint the main blade itself. It's just the cutter tip down there. It ain't even got that off. We ain't even wore most of the paint off of the top of the cleats on the pads. So it's time to scratch a little new paint and see what we can learn with this thing today. I'm sure a lot of y'all enjoy this, and I know there's going to be a few. There's always at least one of you yahoos that you're not doing that right. I don't care what your opinion is. If you're going to come in there and just be a douchebag about it, I mean, if you see, I'm always open to somebody being like, hey, if you would try this. I mean, I've responded to several comments that way. They're like, hey, I try this and it works a little bit better for me. Just like the guy with the aniseeds thing on my saw teeth. So it works better. And so, I'm not opposed to that kind of comments. But somebody coming in there and being like, you're a dumbass, you're doing it wrong, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna block you, but I'm probably gonna be pretty rude back to you. So anyway, I'm sure there's gonna be somebody coming here and tell me how we're doing this wrong and everything else. Forewarned, I've never really run a, what little bit y'all seen so far with me with the Dozer, it's it. That's all I've done on Dozer. I've never had the opportunity to be on one. So, I guess that's another reason why I bought it. It's kind of my toy. The smell of fresh new paint. field, I guess you can say. Got carried away. I couldn't ever like get the water to come off the road like I wanted to. So y'all can, I'm sure you can see on this one here, same thing where I started this morning. This is at one of the sets way in the back on that second thinning we were doing a month ago. But anyway, I'm gonna have to take the dozer and try and roll some more. I'll probably actually just send Michael back over here with the skidder, because it is easier to scoop with the skidder and then just shove it out through the set and scatter it. But anyway, so what I done is I got over here and I angled the blade really hard this way and then turned it, you know, out where it's throwing dirt that way, and we just really recut the ditches. I mean, all the way up through there. I've got holes draining all the way up through there where it's got rock in it, but it's just water. I mean, it was 8-10 inches deep in water in a lot of places where we were working this in the rain back here. So you can see that patch of rock right there they dropped too, and there's a little bit of rock in between. See if you can see on the camera from right there, there's a dirt patch, and then there's more rock up there, but there is a little bit of rock in that dirt patch. So what we're fixing to do now is this road here leads into some first thinning we got back here. I done had Michael kind of back drag it a little bit, pulling the grass off of it when we was in here. But I'm fixing to just, you can see it's got a pile of grass in front of it. What I'm gonna do is we're just gonna go down through here, and right now I'm thinking best case scenario or best game plan will be just make one pass right down the center, rolling the grass off to the side. Then when we get in here and actually start working it, it'll be a different deal. And then, because my trucks are only going to come in empty this way, and then if I can get in the back there where I think we're going to put a set, I'll take and cut the ditches like this where the water can evac off the road really well, and then try and crown the road back there, you know, really get a good job done on the road back there instead of just a quick rough cut. So that's kind of the game plan. I know the wind is probably killing y'all, but it's hey, this thing's fun. This thing is fun. This is really fun. I knew they were fun. I know they were useful, all that other stuff. I'm sure there's gonna be somebody, you know, you said you didn't need a dozer, and like I said when it showed up, times change, things change. You gotta adapt with whatever's being, you know, whatever's going on in the world, or else you're not gonna survive. So anyway, we're just gonna run down here, blade some grass, and then maybe we can get some more of the road actually opened up back here like it needs to be. And then as far as dozering goes, we're probably gonna call it a day on that. And then I've got to go cut wood. Today is Saturday, like I said, and tomorrow, if I don't get enough wood cut today, I'm going to come back tomorrow and get wood cut, because Monday I have chemotherapy again. So like today is the 12th. So y'all know my videos are a little bit behind. I keep y'all about a week behind or so. So the 12th is when this video is being filmed. So 13th, 14th is when I have my chemo. So anyway, well, let's keep on getting it. This thing's fun. I guess she's officially broke in now. That's the first pretty good sized job she's done. See, I got on it about, I think I got on it about 8:30 or so this morning. I was here about 8:10 or something like that. So I got on it about 8:30 when we got to going. I stopped for about 10 minutes and eating lunch, and it's touch past 2 right now. So she got a pretty hard workout today. I really like it. It's quiet, it's smooth, it's comfortable. She pushes, I mean, for a 450, I mean, that thing pushed really good. Like, I wasn't expecting it to push as good as it did. I pushed up a few trees in places. Like, I mean, it's not going to go take down no log timber or anything like that, but I figured you'd have had to kind of work with it a little bit to get, you know, a good 8-inch or so sweet gum or a pine tree up. But I mean, she come right, I mean, it got up against it and never checked up, and right out of the ground it comes. So I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. It shocked me, like I said, how well it pushed. I was expecting a little weaker, or a lot weaker, to be, if we're being honest. I was expecting a lot weaker than that. And I've had to touch on a few comments I've had with it so far. It's been, well, why did you get a 450? 450 was in what my price range I wanted to be in. The 550s and the 650s and the 750s and all that mess there. Those dozers are super expensive. Then they get bigger. I don't know if I could fit a 750 and my rubber tire on my lowboy all at the same time. It would, the way my ramps are on my lowboy, it'd be tight. This'll fit easy. Trying to think of some other things. Had some people ask or make, you know, comments about, well, you got this now, you won't have to do this with your shear, do this with your skidders. Nope. Everything that we usually do with our machines will still be done. I'm not pushing sets with this thing. I mean, we may get an occasional set where I'm way ahead and set's bad and Michael needs some help. I might do a little pushing then, but we're not turning this thing into something that, I mean, I've had it almost 2 weeks now, and I hadn't, up until today, I hadn't put an hour on it yet. I think I played with it about 30 minutes one day and about 15 minutes another day with it. We haven't put an hour on it until, you know, a full working hour on it until today, other than what come with it from the factory. I'm trying to think of some other stuff, you know, like spreading the rock with the skidders and stuff like that. I mean, that's still going to be that machine's job. If this thing is just here to kind of help at times when things are kind of stretched tight, you know, with skidding or whatever, and I need something done with the road, or just like cutting these ditches. I don't think I showed y'all how I was cutting these. Maybe, yeah, I did. How we was cutting these ditches, and I will say, you're not going to do that with a skidder. And I can't tell you how many times I've sat here and I'm like, man, I wish I could get that skidder over there and cut that ditch so I could get the water off of this stuff and just let it drain. And I've never been able to do that. And I got it to where I could start cutting roads while they're cutting ditches and getting the water off the road. And whenever I've, you know, learned how to do that, it was like, holy crap, this is way easier. So, you know, sweeping out the ditches with either the loader with the piece of wood or sweeping it with a track shear. I mean, if we're on top of it and then the machine's there, this is going to be like the last machine to leave job sites and stuff like that. It's just not going to be it's not, I didn't buy it to just work it to death. And I know some of y'all say otherwise on that or whatever, but I mean, I have not bought it to work it to death. It's just something to have to kind of help alleviate some tension on certain situations, and it's just something for me to come do on the weekends or stay late and do in the evenings by myself. I really enjoyed that. As I said, that's the first time this is the first Dozer I've ever ran. I mean, Dad would let me track his from one place to the next, but as far as cutting roads and everything, you didn't touch his Dozer. That was his Dozer. That was his toy. And I mean, I'm gonna let Mickey and them play with it, but because Mickey knows a lot with Dozers, he's run on Dozer a lot. So it's just, I really like it. I really enjoyed that, but there's not going to be a bunch of change happen to my operation in the manner that y'all see us typically do things. Like I said, if something is working and something needs to be done to a road, that's there to help. And Mickey will probably 9 times out of 10 be the one to get on it and do it, because he'll be here at the set, at the loader, and can get to the Dozer the fastest and easiest. So yeah, that's that. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's different. Like I said, it's a lot to learn, but I enjoyed it. There's a lot of things that you can do with it that like I said, I've never run one, so I didn't know there was so much that I couldn't do. And I mean, just like you can see that behind me there, those ditches, the way I got that one cut, I mean, I cut that thing about 2 foot deep, and man, it just made water where it was trying to push back on the road. It just pulled it all off. And y'all see how this is right here, how this is dark, muddy looking, and then y'all can see up front where it's like white, crusting over looking. I mean, we've had a strong 20-30 mile an hour north wind today, and no clouds, as y'all can see, none. Bright sunshine. I mean, it has done some super drying. It's supposed to do that again tomorrow. So if you'd have done that with a skidder, it wouldn't be that dry right now, because it would have, those tires would have mushed that mud around. It would have just kind of held it, and I was able to get it and scatter it and get it to evacuate the water. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Like I said, we're gonna do some more videos with them. I got 2 things. I got 1 thing coming. I got 1 thing at the house already. 1 thing is a Milwaukee thing, I'll say that, that we need to do a video with, showing y'all because man, that thing is, that thing that Milwaukee sent me is freaking it is, I mean, it is badass. And then I've got some other stuff coming that I need to get done. I'm trying to think. I think I just need to go and do like a week for sure, maybe even a 2-week stint where we do a vlog every day, just to kind of get some stuff knocked out and get y'all caught up. But it's hard to do with my scheduling. So anyway, like I said, thank y'all for watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I like the crap out of my little Dozer. If you don't like the way I done something, don't be a dick. I'll be a dick back. That's just how I am. But you can go in the comments and you can tell me, like, hey, whoo, that wind is probably killing y'all. Be like, hey, I would try this. And I'll be like, okay, you know, if it makes sense, I'll try it. But if you come at me and you're an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole back. I'm not trying to hide anything from anybody. I know nothing about a Dozer, so hope y'all enjoyed it. And till the next video, catch y'all next time. We're out of here, baby.